One thing that you need to be aware of, there are these adjustable feet on the bottom of the rotational motion apparatus. When you have the rotational motion apparatus set up, you need to put a bubble level on it, and you will actually need to adjust those feet in order to make sure that the disc is level. If the disc is not level, you start to induce gravitational effects into this that will cause you to get bad results. In order to attach the string, you're going to pick which spindle you want, top, middle, or bottom. You're going to feed the string through the hole associated with that particular spindle, in this case the top, tie it off, and then you're going to begin winding the string onto the spindle. Alright, this lab is lab number 9, rotational motion and moment of inertia. We're going to be using the Pasco rotational motion apparatus. You will note that you have these extra pieces over here and an extra disc. You will not need those for today's lab. All you will need is the center post, the table, and the disc with the spindle on top of it. It will just go ahead and slide onto that center post. After you've set up the rotational motion apparatus, you're going to have your table clamp already on your table in this case. You're going to go ahead and attach an upright support, and then you will need 2 double angle clamps. The first double angle clamp is going to go roughly at the same height as the Pasco rotational motion apparatus. The other double angle clamp is going to go as high on your support beam as you can get it without it starting to hit the angled portion of your upright support. So as high as you can get it while still keeping it on the regular surface of your upright support. You're going to go ahead and slot 2 pulleys into the system. Now these pulleys, you need to be aware, need to be very particularly placed, and I will explain that in just a moment. The trick with this lab is making sure that everything is in line with each other, because the string that you have coming off of the rotational motion apparatus has to come out and under the first pulley so that the string is coming off of the rotational motion apparatus at 90 degrees. This takes a little bit of time and some patience. After you have got it set up on the first pulley, it comes up to the second pulley, where it also must hit at a 90-degree angle to the first, so that the string is coming straight off of the first up to the second. Once you have done this, you are ready to attach your 5-gram mass hanger. You can either feed it through the hole and tie it off, which is what I prefer for stability, or you can make a loop in the string and have the 5-gram mass hanger hook onto your string. Once you have the setup basically complete, you'll want to go back and again make sure that everything is as close to a 90-degree angle as is possible. Make sure that coming off of your rotational motion apparatus to your first pulley, it's a straight line, everything is even with each other, and then make sure coming off of your second, from your first pulley to your second pulley, everything is in line. Also, make sure that everything is in line this way and that your pulleys are straight up and down so that the string is going through the center of the pulley and is not going to come off during the experiment. When you add mass to the mass hanger, you can see that it causes your rotational motion apparatus to move. This is what you are going to be timing the descent of this mass. And you are going to want to make sure when you wind the apparatus back up that your string stays on the spindle that you originally tied the string to. You do not want to get a measurement if you are on the top spindle of the middle spindle after having rewound the system. Your height that your weight is going to fall through is going to be from the bottom of the mass hanger to the ground. Remember, we measure in centimeters. And you will start the timer as soon as you let go of the mass and time the entire amount of time that it takes for the mass to move through that height. Make sure when you rewind it as well that you bring it back to the same height every time. You may wish to do that by placing a small knot in the string such that when the knot reaches the pulley upon rewinding the system, you know to stop rewinding it so that you get the same height every single time.